Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? Hope everybody's doing amazingly well. Welcome back to another lesson of English with Ashish, and today in this lesson we are going to understand the difference between many and most. We'll understand when to use many, when to use most, what the difference between many and most is, and many more thing about many and most. So the lesson is going to be interesting, it's going to be fun. Make sure you watch it until the end. I'm excited like always. I know you guys are too. Let's do this. Alright guys, let's start with many first. Many as a word can be used as an adjective as well as a pronoun. Alright, when it is used as an adjective, it has a noun after it. When it functions as a pronoun, it doesn't have a noun after it. Alright, now when to use many? Very simple. When you're referring to a number of people or things or something else, maybe animals, but a number of something, a plural noun that you consider a large number. Alright, a large number, simply use many. When you have a number of something, a plural noun, a number of people, a number of things, a number of units, objects that you consider large in number, simply use many. Now, since it is an indefinite adjective or pronoun, depending on how it is used in a sentence, it does not refer to an exact number. Alright, it does not refer to an exact number. It refers to an indefinite number that is considered large in number, large in size. Alright, let's take some examples. I have many friends. I have many what? Friends. So friends is a plural noun here, and many is working as an adjective here, giving information about the noun friends, modifying it. It's working as an indefinite adjective. So you have friends, meaning more than one friend. All right, it's a plural noun. So the number of friends that you have is large to you, right? The number is large to you in your head, and that's why you are using many as an indefinite adjective. All right, I have many friends, at least 10 in number. Okay, if you, let's say, had 4 friends or 5 friends, you would not use many. You would say, I have some friends, or I have a few friends. But since the number is large in size, you're using many as an adjective. All right, let's take another example. Many people are waiting for you at the main gate. So you have a guy working for you. The guy comes to you and says, many people are waiting for you at the main gate. You open the gate and you see a number of people. See, the number of people that you see is large in size. And that's why we're using many as an adjective, right? Modifying the noun people, right? Many people are waiting for you at the main gate. The number is good. It's many people, all right? Whatever you see, that number is big, right? And that's why we're using many as an adjective here. You can use it as a pronoun as well. Many are waiting outside at the main gate. Many what? If it is understood from the context, you can avoid using the noun. All right. Okay. Now let's understand how to use most. Guys, most is used again to refer to a large quantity of something, a plural noun. It indicates the majority of something which is a plural noun, the majority of people or the majority of things or the majority of whatever that you're talking about, that is basically a plural noun. All right. So here you're not just referring to a large number of something, you mean it's large in number, but it's also the majority of that thing. All right, that plural noun. Okay. So we use it when we mean the majority of it, the majority of the plural noun. All right, let's take some examples and understand this. Example number 1. Most cars are run on petrol. Most what? Cars. So it's working as an adjective here, giving information about the noun cars, which is a plural noun. So most cars are run on petrol, meaning the majority of cars that are available, that are there in the world, out of all the cars in the world, I'm talking about the majority of them. So let's say if these many cars are there, if these many cars are there, I'm talking about the majority of them. The majority of cars are run on petrol. Most cars. When you say many cars are run on petrol, the meaning changes. You simply mean a large number of cars runs on petrol. But here you're focusing on a large number which contributes the majority of that category. All right. Most cars are run on petrol. All right. Let's take another example. Most companies in India do not pay their employees well. Most companies in India. See, out of all the companies that are there in India, for example, let's say there are 300 companies. For example, out of 300 companies, most companies would mean more than 200 companies, or at least more than 150 companies easily. So when you say most companies in India, it basically means the majority of companies that are working in India do not pay their employees well. Now, when you say many companies, you do not focus on these companies being the majority of the group. You simply say it's a large number. I'm talking about a large number. But it doesn't have to be the majority of that category, the majority of that plural noun. All right. That is the difference between many and most. Of course, we'll learn more about them as we continue studying them. Most smartphones have a good camera in them. Most what? Smartphones. That's our noun, plural noun. And the word most is modifying them, working as an adjective, giving information about the noun smartphones. Most smartphones, not many smartphones, most smartphones. Out of all the smartphones that are there in the world, the majority of them have a good camera in them. That is what the sentence means with most in it. All right. Now let's understand some really important differences between most and many. Number one, do not use most when you mean a large number of something, especially when the focus is not on the majority of a group. All right, a plural noun, when the focus is not on the majority of the group, that is a plural noun, do not use most. Let me give you some examples. Most companies have contacted me lately. Many companies have contacted me lately. Now, which one is correct? When you hear these two sentences, which one sounds correct to you? Is it the first sentence or the second sentence? See guys, this is correct. The second sentence with many in it. Many companies have contacted me lately. See, you're just talking about a number that is large. You've been contacted by many companies. All right. Now, when you say most companies have contacted me lately, why are you saying most? What is the entire group? What is the entire category? You have no idea about it. You've just been contacted by some companies or a number of companies that you can consider some or a few or a plenty or several or many, but you cannot use most because you do not know the exact group size. You're just looking at a number. When you're just looking at a number and you do not know its entire size, do not use most. All right. So we're not going to say most companies have contacted me lately. You're just looking at the number of companies that have contacted you lately and you do not know the entire size. If you're talking about all these companies and then out of all these companies you're talking about the majority of these companies, in that case you can use most. But when you're just talking about a number of companies or number of something, a plural noun, you're not going to use most there. All right, let's take another example to understand this better. Many teams have come to play in the tournament. Most teams have come to play in the tournament. So let's say there's a tournament that is happening, and you're there. You've gone there to see the tournament, and you see many teams. You see a number of teams being there to participate in the tournament, to play in the tournament. And the number is big to you, it's large to you. So you say, many teams have come to play in the tournament. Maybe you're uh, talking to your brother, and he's called you and is asking you how many teams have come to play in the tournament, and you say many teams, because you see the number of teams that have come to play in the tournament, and you think the number is large, it's big, so you use many, right? You do not know the total number of teams that are there or that are supposed to be there, so you're not aware of the exact group size. So when you say most teams have come to play in the tournament, it would mean that you are aware of the total number of teams that were supposed to come to play in the tournament, and out of those teams, the majority of teams have come to play in the tournament. For example, let's say there were supposed to be 20 teams, all right? Please try to understand this. Let's say there were supposed to be 20 teams that were going to play in the tournament, and let's say out of these 20 teams, 13 teams have turned up to play in the tournament. Now you can say most teams have come to play in the tournament. Now it would be correct, right? But in this context, but if you do not know the number of teams that were supposed to come and play in the tournament, and you are just given this statement, now it's incorrect. In this case, without this context, this is incorrect. You cannot say most teams have come to play in the tournament. If you're not aware of the total number of teams that were supposed to come and play in the tournament, you are not going to say this. This is incorrect. This is going to be correct. All right. Now, guys, a lot of students ask me, a lot of you ask me, which one refers to a larger number? Is it many or most? Which one refers to a larger number? So I'll give you an answer. This one, most. Most refers to a larger number in general. Now, it also depends on the context. In a certain situation, they might refer to the exact same number, which is large but exact same, or very close. But in a different context, there might be a huge difference in size, in the number. So let's understand this. So when referring to a not so big number, both many and most almost mean the same quantity. Please note this. Almost mean the same quantity. Let's say if we're talking about or referring to a group of 15 people, many and most would almost mean the same. Let me give you an example and make you understand this in a better way. Many people have come here to see me. Most of these people have come here just to see me. What is the difference? Of course, you're referring to a large number, but is the number same? No. So look at this picture. Look at this picture very carefully. Now, when you say many people have come here just to see me, from this picture, you look at all these people and you say many people have come here just to see me. So let's assume the number of people in the picture is 100. So when you say many people have come here just to see me, this could be 20. 20 is a big number. It's a large number. So many people have come here to see me. So 20 is many people to the speaker. Now when you say most of these people have come here just to see me, now most is not going to refer to 20 people in this context. So we decided that the number is 100 people, right? The number of people in the picture is 100. So in this context, when you say most of these people have come here to see me, the number is not going to be 20. It's going to be definitely more than 50. All right, the majority of people. Also, in the first example, many works as an adjective, right? Because it's being followed by a noun here. And in the second example, most is working as a pronoun because it's being followed by a prepositional phrase after it, and the prepositional phrase is working as an adjective. All right, so most is standing alone in the second example. So see, it's all about the context, but most can refer to a larger number in comparison to many. All right, let's take another example. And here we're talking about a class of 15 students. This is the context. And in a class of 15 students, the sentence that I say is, many students have completed their homework. This is the total number of students, right? When I say many students have completed their homework, the number could be, this could be 10 or maybe 8, all right? It could be 9 or it could be 11, right? And when I say most students have completed their homework, again, it's also an adjective. Both are working as an adjective here in their respective sentences. So here, most students have completed their homework. Most also is going to refer to, let's say, 8 people, 8 students, 9, 10 or 11. It's almost the same, okay? Because the group size is small. But if you refer to a larger group, the meaning of the sentence is going to change. The number of the plural noun that the word refers to in that context changes, okay? And there is a huge difference. So let's say we're talking about a crowd of 20,000 people, and the sentences are, many people are booing the players. Most people are booing the players. Are these words referring to almost the same number? Not at all. There is a huge difference. So when you say this sentence in this context, right, in a context of 20,000 people, right, in a stadium, and you say many people are booing the players, the number could be 50 people or 100 people or 200 people. All right, it could be 500 people as well. It could be 1,000 people. Okay. But when you say most people are booing the players, it is definitely more than 10,000 or 5,000. It's a huge number. All right. Most people or most of the people sitting in the crowd are booing the players. It's definitely going to be more than 10,000 people. But 50 people can also be considered many in this case. 200 people can also be considered many in this case, right? It's a large number. 100 people, 200 people, 300 people, right? These are large numbers, okay? But when you say most, you mean the majority of the people present there, okay? So, yes. So again, if you go to a place and you see a couple of or a number of people or things or objects, and if you find the number to be large, you're simply going to use many. You're not going to use most. You're going to use most when you're talking about the majority of something that is large in number. I hope you understand this. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope you learned something new from this. And if you did, like the lesson, like the video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do that. Subscribe to the channel, become a part of the family, and hit the notification button so that every single time I publish a lesson, you get notified and you get to watch it right away. If you have any question, any doubt, do let me know in the comment section below. Share the video with your friends and the people who need this video. And I'll see you guys very soon. Till then, keep learning, have fun. I love you all. You know this. I'm out. Bye.